Ma'am, thanks so very much for joining us on the broadcast. I was just talking to Minister Prasad, and he was saying that we need to do a shout out to the unsung heroes of the NIC. I think this country has got a very vivid demonstration of what all you guys have been doing for so many years with all the teleconferencing that is going on without a hitch. In terms of an AAROGYA SETU app, what does it actually help the people who need this information, who are authorities or who are caregivers or in the medical fraternities? How will this help them, ma'am?
Yep, for your compliments. See, AAROGYA SETU is a very, very innovative solution which is driven by information technology, medical science and data science. All these domains put together, it gives every individual a very, very appropriate and customized information about his situation with respect to protecting him from coronavirus. It has component like self-assessment, which you have already explained, wherein if I tell what is my medical condition, what is my travel and contact, it kind of guides me that whether I'm in a safe zone or I need to go in quarantine or I need to be consulting the doctor. At the same time, if I'm a frontline worker like a health worker or let's say a law enforcement agency or I am a courier person, what is the kind of alerts or what is the kind of precautions I'm supposed to take so that I'm safe? Those kind of advisories have also
Yes, fair enough.
Third thing is contact tracing, which you have discussed in detail. How on the app it works is very simple, that when you download this app as of today and it starts recording, once your consent is taken, as Honorable Minister has said, to record your Bluetooth and GPS data, this data gets recorded and kept on your phone only in a highly encrypted fashion.
Okay.
If you do not come, only when you report to be COVID positive, then your information is shared with the server and is being used to alert others who have come in contact with you. Because please understand, the challenge in this is the person who has become a COVID carrier, the first 5-7 days he himself may not be knowing. So unknowingly I might have met my friends and colleagues and some unknown people when I didn't know that I'm a virus carrier. So there it becomes highly effective.
So we are reaching a position, and as I've been discussing with the others, that you get, okay, so one is the self-assessment test, which is based on a Q&A. Okay, we've done that. Then it's keeping a track record of all the people through the Bluetooth pinging, how many people we've interacted with. Hopefully at this point of time, many people are in lockdown, so won't be many, but it's keeping a record. Location monitoring, ma'am. How does the location monitoring help in keeping a location track record?
As far as location, so initially when these things have been done, it is primarily using the Bluetooth data to find out who has come in contact. But this location thing will tomorrow help in terms of finding the hotspots or finding out the trajectory which many people who are COVID positive had traced. So whether we need to do sanitization strategy there or we need to alert people in that community. Those kind of things is going to be very, very useful as we proceed further.
Okay, so
and as someone had initially said, particularly when we open up this lockdown, that time those features will be extremely useful.
So basically, ma'am, I mean, this is going to be a key tool in helping open the lockdown, because if we didn't have this, it would have been impossible to manage. Literally, you can do in minutes and hours what otherwise would be taking days in terms of contact tracing. I mean, after lockdown, contact tracing anyway, now it will become a superhuman scale, be impossible. Ma'am, in terms of people to still have concerns in this country, that yaar monitor har jagah mein ja raha hu, monitor karenge. How do we reassure people? Now you can argue that crisis is important. We've already made the argument that look, Facebook, Google has so much of our data anyway, but you are literally NIC, ma'am. How do you assure people about the data that your government won't get it or some other person with the app won't get it?
So let me first answer your first question. While AAROGYA SETU will be very helpful when the lockdown relaxes, but even today also it will help us in a great way in further spreading check the spread of the virus. So what we all keep talking, flattening the curve, it can be extremely helpful, because if I tell a person before he gets to know that he has come in close contact of a COVID positive patient, he will then exercise precautions, and that way the spread of the virus will get checked to the latest trend. And always we talk that the chain has to be broken somewhere. It will really help us breaking that chain of the spread of the virus. So even today also, With that kind of a thing, the further spread is going to be extremely helpful. But the only request, and as you've been making, more and more people have to download. It will become effective, and if all smartphone users
We
in
would
India
like to see
download
100
it.
crore downloads, but we need to have at least 50 crore downloads. So let's get 50 crore people. Let's set that ourselves up.
Of the smartphone use, yeah.
I'm
Yes,
recommending
100
that my team, it's not a mandatory download, but you should look at it as such. And if you're worried about privacy, 3 months later, once coronavirus is on, just delete the app. That solves your privacy concerns. Ma'am, thank you very much for joining us on the telecast, and all the great work that your team and staff has been doing. Please pass on our thanks. And the day might come, ma'am, when we'll be looking to the National Informatics Center to maybe hold a virtual session of Parliament. That might be coming one day. So prep well for it. And thank you for the great job, not only in this app, for all the great job that your team has been doing. Neeta Verma, DG NIC, on the telecast.